Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking for the weekend. Okay, it's a long weekend for us here in Australia, so actually might not be in the whole of Australia, it might only be New South Wales or maybe a couple of states. But I have 4 days off, so I'm pretty lucky that my Friday off fell on the same weekend, so I get to have a nice little break, which is very good. Okay, so let's have a quick update on dates. So 13th of October, I have Bomaderry for anybody who's interested in coming in for a personal reading. Bomaderry, New South Wales. 20th of October, I have my Facebook Live. If you're interested in that, please make sure you go over and like my page at the Aussie Goddess so that you are reminded. 27th of October, I'm at Merriweather, New South Wales in Newcastle. 2nd of November, I'm at Goulburn. I think it's Goulburn Workers Club. And the 9th of November, we have a psychic night on in Bathurst. Now, if any of those dates are dates that you want to come and see me, please let me know, and I will let you know whether I have to book you in or whether you have to go to the organiser. I've had a couple of times where I've sent things out to the organiser and they haven't got back to me. So just turn up, because I make sure I block out the time for you. So even though you've emailed me and the organiser hasn't got back, I'll make sure that I block you out when I get in there. Alrighty, because I'm pretty sure I have phone numbers from people for that, but we'll get there. The other thing too is don't forget your personal stories. Looking for personal stories for my newsletter. You can send these through by email. Don't panic, I'm not getting up and doing it in the next few days. So, but I want to put a newsletter together. So if you would like to contribute your personal story, if you think you can help others out by sharing, or you'd like to share, please make sure you get them through. The email address will be under the weekly videos. Alrighty, let's get into the What's Cracking using the Cosmic Tarot here. Spirit, don't play around with me. Where do you want the cut? Okay, Princess of Pentacles coming up. So this can represent the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. But the Princess of Pentacles is the Prince of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. This person has some sort of message coming through for you. Something is moving very slowly. That's what I want to say. Like, the energy of the Pentacles is very slow, and it's not because they're slow people. It's because they're ordered and structured and think things out. They're strategic people. It goes across the 3 earth signs. It doesn't mean that the other signs aren't like that, but this is the sort of attribute that the earth signs have. So it's a very slow moving energy of someone coming towards you. Now the sun is behind that. So the sun talks of joy and happiness. It's an absolutely beautiful card and the best one in the deck. So it's like having no troubles, being able to move forward, so whatever this is, I want to say to you, it's worth waiting for. Okay, that's what the feeling I get here, worth waiting for. Behind that, I do have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant talks about stability. It talks about large organisations. So it could be that you've been waiting for a job to come through. That's coming to you, very possible. Or a course or an application for something here that's taken a long time. But whatever is going to bring you a great deal of happiness and stability. And then we have the Tower. Of course we have the Tower. Doesn't that just happen all the time? This Tower is just all over the place at the moment. So something I want to say that something in this, okay, because I have the 7 of Cups here. Right, it's just generally what they're talking about here is that it's sometimes great to get what you want and what you wished for. Sometimes we want something so desperately that we invest all our time and energy into bringing out a good result. But sometimes it's just not what we wanted. Sometimes it isn't quite what we hoped for. Sometimes the joy and happiness and the stability is out of realizing it's not for us. It's about realizing that we can step back from that desire that drew us towards that thing, that person, that job, and say, well, you know what, it's fantastic that it's come out. It's fantastic that I achieved that. It's wonderful that came my way. I must have deserved for that to come towards me. but now I realize it's not actually what I want. So there's this sort of feeling here with the Tower that you've probably waited and hoped and wanted something for so long that when it comes in and it appears to you, you realize it's actually not what you wanted all along, and that there was an illusion here. So however that applies in your life. But let's get some more information. Okay, so I love this because the Ten of Wands talks about the end of a cycle. If you're running around with sore back or a sore shoulder, like I am at the moment, you're carrying too much around with you. My body, because I'm so empathic, my body really feels my energies, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that. Three of Wands. So now it's time to move on, look towards the future and make a decision on how you want to move forward. How do you want your life to look now that you've had this realization? All right, so I like this. This is about you now taking on this energy of the Queen of Swords, like being able to see things more clearly, having a better understanding of what's in front of you. I do note that there are lovers in the window here, so it could be in regards to love for some of you. I think it's a human thing that, you know, sometimes we invest in things that we think are the best things for us and we put our whole attention on that. I think we're all a little obsessive about, you know, certain things. And I think sometimes when you meet or you see or you have something that you thought you desired, or you may have greatly desired it, but sometimes when it falls in your lap, it doesn't look exactly like the illusion you made for yourself. So sometimes you just have to take on this Queen of Swords energy, cut it out, move on, have more clarity, understand that your imagination can get the better of you. Okay, Five of Cups here. So definitely some sort of sadness here around something that you perhaps focused on from your past. Perhaps you thought it was right for you. Perhaps it came in the right shape. I talk about that all the time, don't I? It's a square shape, and when it comes in, you realise actually you'd have preferred it to be round. But this is about looking back at your past and realising that what you'd invested all your energy in all this time was not exactly right for you. Very interesting. Okay, so time out again. This is about understanding. So this is a deeper sense of understanding. This isn't about just getting that this person, this place, this thing, this job wasn't right for you. It's about really understanding your own personal power here and what you've invested. So it's really taking what you've invested, looking at it, thinking, is this what I really wanted, or did I do this because somebody else thought it was better for me? Something else happened to make me think this was the best thing for me? Was I really listening to my intuition here? Because I feel like this is what you're doing. You're looking at things very differently. Queen of Wands here. So something you could have been dealing with a Leo, Sag or Aries here, or someone with those attributes. Someone you thought was very attractive. They may have been quite powerful. If this was a job, it could be that you were looking at the job as being something that represented those things in you. It gave you the opportunity for leadership and management. If it was a situation, maybe you thought that you'd have more control in that. But none of these things are what you thought you would get. Okay, Three of Cups here. So I feel like this Three of Cups is sort of representing, you know, the happiness and the joy you're feeling, you're celebrating that you've found this within yourself. You're finally starting to come to some sort of, okay, it's sort of like your true self is recognizing your ego here. That's what I want to say. And now you're going forward and being able to bring in abundance for yourself now because of this realization. Really nice reading. Six of Swords, moving away from things that no longer serve you. And we have you closing out a cycle. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So we have a situation here where perhaps you invested a lot of time and energy in something that's taken a long time to come through. But my thinking is because you've taken so long to get this thing, the joy that it brings when you see it is overwhelming here. But it's like in your head here with this Seven of Cups. Why the Seven of Swords? Yeah, see? It may not, because it doesn't represent what you want it to represent. Maybe because it's taken so long, you've built it up in your mind. Like a child at Christmas, you know, with those weeks before Christmas, when you get so excited about Christmas and it gets more exciting every day and you look forward to it, and Christmas lunchtime, you're like, that's it? All the weeks of being excited about this and it's done? Um, Sorry, that's just whipping back into old memories there. I used to think the build-up was so amazing. I'd so look forward to Christmas, and then it was just like it was over and done with really quickly. And this is what I feel like people are doing here. So whoever I'm talking to here, this tower is not just bringing down what you've seen, what you've now realised here. This is bringing down a lot of that childhood stuff for you, because you've been creating illusions for yourself by looking only at what you wanted to look at. So it's the whole thing of, you know, rose-coloured glasses. And I feel like now that you've received that thing, it's fantastic, because you've realised that you can manifest, which of course is what we all want to be able to do. You've manifested the very thing back into your life, or into your life, that you wanted. But now it's here. You're like, was this really what I've been waiting for the whole time? Because in that wait period that Spirit's made you wait, or Spirit has given you the opportunity in that period of time, and that's why it's been so slow, to realise perhaps you deserve something different, or you deserve something more, or it doesn't fit. It's the square peg in the round hole. It doesn't sit where you are in your life. And the reason that is because in that period of time you had to wait, Spirit has encouraged you to grow and grow and grow. And that thing, that person, that job, it don't vibrate with you anymore. It's not what you wanted. So very, very beautiful reading, because what happens here is you get the ability to move away from things, understanding here that this, what you've been sitting waiting for, was not what you wanted to start with. So it's teaching you that your ego plays a place in your life, but actually you need to rely on your intuition more, because it's true to who you are. It doesn't create illusions for you. It doesn't create an idea of something for you to abide by that maybe isn't true to you. So I have the card of Flexible coming out, which is a really odd card to get out, but I'm going to have a look at it. And it's card number 19. And it talks about teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Hello, tower. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure where everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be right now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. So whatever you were waiting for, I don't think it's going to bring you the joy you wanted it to. But I think here they're asking that you just accept that it's not what you wanted, and just move through life and go after now what you think it is you want. Don't become stuck in the idea that what you wanted you have to put up with. Have a fantastic weekend.